Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly wears video. And if this is your first time finding this channel, my name is Gerard, and today we are talking about fragrances, more specifically the 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. So if that is content that you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump right into the video, starting with Sunday. So the theme this week for me was to identify 7 fragrances in my collection that I believe are super underrated, just don't get enough love within the fragrance community. So that was what I went in thinking as I chose each scent every day. Scent I decided to go with on Sunday is Loewe Solo Platinum. And you may have heard about this one, you may not have. You may have heard about it on this channel because I do talk about it. An interesting spicy tea scent with a nice dose of leather and a really nice atomizer, I might add. Smells like a soapy, clean, slightly fresh take on a leather fragrance. Now, the leather is really the unique part here, but I think the addition of leather is what makes this more versatile than what you might expect. It's a really unique combination of notes that you wouldn't expect to work so well together on paper as it does, but I think the ambroxan as an addition here helps round everything out, makes this a little bit more easy to like, mass appealing. I like this personally for a night out because you're not going to smell like everyone else. You're going to smell unique while still having appeal and slightly mass pleasing. It's just something about this one that's really addictive that I like. I took a chance on this one as a blind buy, and I'm a massive fan of the House of Loewe. I think they do fantastic fragrances for the price, so you're getting great value. Performance overall isn't bad. It's not fantastic. It's not great. I think it projects really nicely for the first hour or 2 hours or so, then sits a little bit closer to the skin. It does last a while, though. You will smell it on yourself, on your clothes, more likely than not. The next day, it's just very soft, light, smells incredible. Loewe Solo Platinum. So this next one I wore on Monday. My family and I took a trip to New Hampshire to Storyland. So we drove down on Monday, and, you know, we kind of just hung out around the hotel the first day, went out to dinner that night with some family. And this is the scent I decided to pick for my scent of the day. Scent we are talking about is Creed Himalaya. And this one, guys, super slept on, really incredible offering from the House of Creed, which is known for Aventus, obviously, is probably one of their bigger scents along with Green Irish Tweed. And this one just doesn't get the love it deserves. Just spraying it in the air, it is intoxicating. And this is aromatic, musky, a little bit powdery, has this metallic 90s vibe to it. Doesn't smell dated. It's so clean and transportive. I love, and I always explain the bottle, the name Himalaya. This is what I would imagine being at the mountaintop. The Himalayas, green valley below, just cool, crisp air. That's what I get from this. This is not a beast mode performer by any means. I re-upped the day that I wore this, but I will say is that because it is such a natural smelling fragrance, I don't want this to be beast mode. I don't want this to have unnatural smelling components to it. This is a beautiful fragrance through and through. Love it. Creed Himalaya. So on Tuesday, we actually went to the park and spent the whole day there. And then we ended up driving home later that afternoon. But this is the fragrance I decided to go with. And I think this one, of everything else on this list, kind of stands out as the most unique. Scent we are talking about is Fusion Dissy Extreme from Issey Miyake. And I have to shout out my subscriber, Michael. He's been a longtime supporter of this channel, and he had actually sent me a decant a while back, and then he was trying to sort of just thin out his collection. He ended up sending me this bottle, and I'm so happy he did because, guys, this stuff, I put this on the level, really great atomizer. I put this on the level of a niche fragrance simply for its uniqueness. It's a creamy aquatic coconut scent with solar notes. It is kind of what I would imagine, you know, being at the beach all day, swimming, suntan lotion, you know, what your towel would smell like at the end of the day. That's just kind of the vibe I get from this. And it's absolutely incredible. Perfect outdoor fragrance. So it's one of the reasons I brought it along with me, was because I knew we were going to be outside all day. And I just wanted something that was going to be uplifting and just enhance the mood of the day. And this did that beautifully. It's quite long lasting, surprisingly, for being a more vibrant fragrance and uplifting scent. It's not the best projector, but that's okay. It projects really nicely for the first hour. Guys, if there's anything on this list that you need to try, it's this one. I think it's the one that, although it's unique, very high likelihood you're going to like this one. Absolutely incredible scent. Fusion Issey Extreme from Issey Miyake. This next one absolutely blew me away. I was in total surprise at how much I actually like this one. Scent we are talking about is Salvatore Ferragamo's Bright Leather. And it is just this citrusy, slightly sweet and aromatic leather-based fragrance. Wow. Soft leather. And wow. I always forget how good this atomizer is. It's a pressurized atomizer. Absolutely incredible value for the money. And in the air will remind you a little bit of something like a Dior Fahrenheit, just much more wearable, much softer, much easier to like. Beautifully balanced. Nothing is overdone here. I think this is ideal for situations like the office or school because you will not offend anyone. You're going to smell great. I know people complain about the performance of this, but that's what the performance was intended for this DNA. It was not meant to be a powerhouse. So I'm glad they restrain themselves. And that is the creation. Sometimes fragrances are created with, they have in mind how you'd be wearing this. And this is a much more just reserved fragrance. That's what it was intended to be, while still being unique and interesting and something different, and super underrated in my opinion. Salvatore Ferragamo's Bright Leather. This next one is absolutely the sleeper cheapie on the list, and my favorite from this particular designer. So we are talking about is Kenneth Cole's Mankind Hero. What an interesting fragrance. And I don't know, this one is versatile too. It does have a touch of leather in here as well. There's a lot of leather in these fragrances, I'm realizing now. But this stuff, guys, for a cheapie, incredible. Has this sweet, powdery, vanillic undertone to it while smelling clean and fresh. So yes, it's going to smell mass appealing. It's going to remind you maybe of other things, but there's just something about this one that kind of sets it apart. And I don't hear this one talked about that often. I think this one deserves more love. I mean, for a cheapie, it doesn't smell cheap. It doesn't smell synthetic. Just a really likable, unique fragrance that I think any guy could pull off. And you're not going to break the bank by buying a bottle of this. I actually have this little guy here. I want to say this is like a 30 ml. But when this is gone, I'll probably buy another bottle. Really like this stuff. Mankind Hero from Kenneth Cole. On Friday, my daughter had an open house for her new school. She's going into the first grade. We're super proud of her. This is the scent I decided to go with. The scent we're talking about is Brioni Eau de Parfum Intense. Now this one, again, underrated. Just not talked about enough. Velvety smooth citrus and vanilla with oud, magnetic cap. Come on. Apple. I love this. I re-upped on this the day that I wore it. This actually lasts quite long. It's just not a big projector. This is much like the Salvatore Ferragamo on this list. This is a much softer, refined fragrance. This is not meant to be a room filler, which again, sort of puts us in a perfect scenario where you could wear this to the office and then wear it out later that night, especially like a date night. Maybe it's a first date. Maybe you're getting to know someone and it's kind of new. This is not going to offend anyone. You're going to smell like you know what you're doing by wearing this. And you guys know I love versatile fragrances, ones that can transition seamlessly from day to night. This is the definition of that. This is classy, upscale smelling, just refined, high quality. Brioni, they're known for making men's suits, really nice high-end suits. And their fragrance is no different. I love this stuff. Brioni Eau de Parfum Intense. Finally, on Saturday, this one is no different. Incredible transitional fragrance that just doesn't get enough love. So we're talking about is Givenchy Gentleman EDT. I know the EDP gets all the love. I know all the flankers in the line get so much love. This one is kind of just forgotten about. And it's a sin because this smells absolutely amazing. The night I wore this, I had my wife choose my fragrance, and she didn't know the theme of the week. She didn't realize that the theme was exactly what we're doing, underrated, underappreciated fragrances. She just happened to choose this one. We were going out to dinner and she picked this, and I couldn't have been happier because I was in the mood for this, didn't even know it. Smells amazing. Beautiful use of iris and pear. It's a little bit fruity. It has this really clean, put together vibe to it. Just so high quality, refined, and masterfully blended. The cardamom here adds this slightly fruity, sexy edge to it, which is what adds to the versatility, mainly for going out at night. And this is one that probably I wouldn't reach for in the wintertime. I'd probably do something like the Eau de Parfum in that case, but with this one, it's gonna work perfect for those 70, 80, 90 degree nights. And the night that we decided to go grab dinner, it was pretty warm out. It was still, despite being the end of August, early September here in New England, it's still pretty hot. So this worked perfect. Now, with that being said, if I'm wearing this and for an evening out, I'm going much heavier on the sprays. Again, this isn't a massive projector. It's more subtle. So with fragrances that are big projectors, incredibly long lasting, I would do like 3 or 4 sprays. This is not that. So you're getting a well-balanced, amazing upscale fragrance, men's fragrance, that you shouldn't be afraid to spray a little heavier in certain situations. I knew we were going to be outside for a little bit, grabbing drinks, night out, smelling on the clothes the next day, but it was not overpowering by any means. She didn't complain about the fragrance, and she would let me know if the scent was bothering her. Amazing. Givenchy Gentleman, EDT. That's it, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. Let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.